The journey of fishing at sea is always full of challenges and risks. It's where fishermen tirelessly battle the waves to harvest tons of fish every year. Today's video will take you to some of the most impressive fishing moments. Now let's dive into the journey of catching giant squid. In the South Pacific, particularly off the coast of Peru, the annual harvest of Humboldt squid reaches approximately 1.9 billion pounds. When a giant squid is hooked, fishermen skillfully reel it in to ensure the squid's body remains intact and doesn't slip off the hook. Once the squid is brought aboard, its entrails are immediately removed. This step helps preserve the ink better and makes it easier to transport. The squid's entrails are then used as bait for the next catch. Each year, Japanese fishermen catch around 35 million pounds of Pacific bluefin tuna. Most of this catch is used in the food processing industry, especially for traditional sushi and sashimi dishes. Fishermen typically use large purse-seine net vessels to catch Pacific bluefin tuna. The fish are hauled aboard using specialized lifting equipment in order to minimize damage. The fish are killed quickly to ensure their meat maintains a high quality over a long period. Afterwards, they are stored in cold chambers at low temperatures to rapidly lower their body temperature. This preserves freshness until they reach the port. Trawlers move at a slow pace while water currents can help funnel halibut into the nets. The net pulling process takes 1 to 3 hours. Then, a powerful hydraulic winch lifts the nets onto the deck and deposits the catch directly into cold storage for processing and preservation. The nets can capture entire schools of halibut at depths of 1,000 to 3,200 feet. Around the North Atlantic and Arctic regions, fishermen harvest 320 million pounds of halibut annually. Fishermen are completing the final preparations for their fishing lines. One by one, baited lines are dropped into the sea. This method enables them to harvest millions of codfish. During each cod season, offshore fishing fleets can operate at sea for around a month. Therefore, right after the catch, codfish are filleted and frozen immediately on board. On massive fishing vessels, the net hauling systems are designed with modern technology, using hydraulic winches and high tensile cables to deploy and retrieve giant nets hundreds of meters long. In the United States, fishermen brave the harsh challenges of the sea every day to harvest hundreds of tons of fish. Inside these vessels, advanced deep freezing technology maintains temperatures between 22 and 58 degrees Fahrenheit. This ensures that fish are frozen immediately after being caught, preserving their freshness and nutritional value. The mackerel fishing season in South Korea lasts from October to March. As water temperatures rise, mackerel migrate to the western seas, causing the population in these areas to reach its peak. Approximately 80% of the total mackerel catch in the South Korean Sea is harvested using purse-seine nets. Each year, fishermen provide around 151,000 tonnes of mackerel to the domestic and export seafood markets. A typical fishing trip lasts from 7 to 14 days. So how do fishermen keep red snapper fresh? They use cranes to carefully bring each haul of red snapper onto the vessel, a process requiring precision to avoid damaging the fish. Once on board, fishermen quickly open the net bags, dumping the red snapper directly into storage holds. Modern vessels are equipped with refrigerated holds maintained at temperatures between 32 and 35 degrees Fahrenheit, ensuring all the fish are well preserved during extended offshore operations. When fishing for grouper, a common technique is bait fishing. Weights are added to the fishing lines, which are then dropped to the seabed, and fishermen patiently wait for the grouper to take the bait. As soon as a grouper bites, fishermen secure the rod and carefully reel in the line, using swift but gentle movements to prevent the line from snapping. Once out of the water, groupers are stored in ice holds on board. This step ensures the fish remain fresh until they reach the shore. Large net systems form an enclosed ring in open waters, helping Japanese fishermen catch around 3.9 million pounds of medium-sized tuna annually. After the tuna school is trapped in the net, fishermen gradually pull the net tighter, concentrating the fish into the net pouch area. The tuna are then brought on board using cranes or specialised net baskets, ensuring the fish remain unharmed and their meat quality is preserved. The fresh and delicious cod fillets, famous on dining tables worldwide, are transported directly from fishing vessels operating in the heart of the ocean. To increase their catch, fishermen rely on radar systems to locate fish signals before deploying large nets to encircle schools of fish. In regions like Canada and Alaska, trawlers use bottom trawling methods. These massive nets allow for significant catches in a single haul. On average, a large fishing vessel can harvest around 725 million pounds of fish per trip. Dozens of fishing lines, illuminated by lights, dangle in the water, each equipped with specialised squid hooks. When a squid is caught, the reel automatically flips it onto the metal rack. Baskets are placed below to catch the falling squid. This is how offshore fleets harvest squid in distant waters. Squid is a staple product of the fishing industry along the Chinese coast. Squid fishing rigs are a hallmark of offshore fleets, enabling China to harvest around 1.41 billion pounds of squid annually. The central coast of British Columbia is renowned for its abundant halibut, offering opportunities for harpoon fishing. Fishermen use short harpoons for easy maneuvering in seabed environments, with enough force to pierce the thick skin of the halibut. After a successful strike, they must quickly retrieve the line to prevent the fish from escaping or sustaining unnecessary damage. King crabs are often caught at depths ranging from 600 to 1,600 feet. Herring or cod is typically used as bait to lure king crabs. Fishermen place the bait into traps and lower them to the seabed using powerful hydraulic systems. These traps are usually arranged in rows for efficient retrieval. Their locations are marked on the surface with buoys. After 1 to 2 days at sea, the traps are pulled back onto the boat, and the crabs are unloaded into a sorting area. Fishermen sort the king crabs according to regulations. Undersized or unfit crabs are returned to the sea, while the rest are stored in water tanks until the vessel returns to shore. The snow crab fishing industry in Australia is concentrated along the coastline between Northwest Cape and Fremantle. Snow crab vessels typically carry 200 to 500 traps per trip. Each haul yields approximately 10,000 to 50,000 pounds of crabs. Traps are set at depths between 300 and 1,000 feet. Depending on conditions, fishermen must wait 12 to 48 hours before retrieving them. As a result, snow crab fishing trips often last between 10 and 45 days in order to maximize the harvest. The fishing industry in Alaska is one of the wildest and most productive in the world. Fishermen must race against time to catch and preserve fish to keep them fresh until they reach the shore. The emergence of large fishing vessels on the ocean, combined with technological advancements, have transformed the industry. These ships are equipped with GPS navigation systems, enabling fishermen to locate fish schools more accurately and significantly increase their catch. Shrimp spawning season is a busy time for fishermen, with peak activity typically occurring between September to November off the coast of Texas. Radar systems help fishermen detect shrimp, allowing them to focus their nets and maximize their harvest. On smaller boats, fishermen often catch around 500,000 pounds of shrimp during the season. Live shrimp must be kept in cold seawater with the appropriate temperature. If stored on ice, they must be placed in containers to avoid excessive pressure. Crushed ice is mixed with the shrimp for rapid and thorough cooling. Salted ice water is also used to minimize unwanted oxidation in the shrimp meat. The cold-water shrimp fishing industry in the Barents Sea operates under harsh weather conditions, requiring sturdy vessels to withstand the challenges. 2 to 4 hours after the nets are hauled on board, the shrimp are placed in storage holds and transported via conveyor belts to buffer tanks below the deck. After sorting, shrimp meet quality standards and are either cooked or frozen for preservation. Each year, fishermen harvest around 66 million pounds of cold-water shrimp, generating millions of dollars for the fishing industry and boosting local economies. December and January are the busiest months in Australia's fishing calendar. With around 230 vessels in operation, the industry's estimated value reaches $400 million, making it one of the most valuable fisheries in Western Australia. Each vessel is equipped with around 130 traps. On each haul, fishermen can catch 30 to 50 lobsters, depending on weather conditions and lobster density in the area. After harvesting, lobsters are stored in refrigerated compartments on board and quickly transported back to shore to be delivered to customers or distributors.